I always have a very interesting way of naming my paintings. No Crying at the Apple Store came from the color blue, strangely, and I saw, because of all the elements in it, I saw a whole bunch of people in a room. And it just seemed like confusion within a room, and like someone being like, just take it, put it back together, you're gonna be fine, you know? No crying at the Apple Store. So I always say stuff like that, you know, like I'm driving, I'm like, there's no crying in baseball, just keep going, come on. So that's where it kind of came from. I wanted to do a dark versus light. That's the underlying fight within the painting, is there's a tension. There needs to be a tension with a plot, with a story, with anything. And the dark, you know, lines that are within the canvas are the darkness, and then the shapes are kind of dancing around it. As far as my process goes, I start in Illustrator. I make sure I like it, and I keep tweaking the colors. Like, I'm getting to the point where I'm like, I know not everyone likes these super bright colors, and I do have a whole bunch of pieces that are a little bit more muted, and so I try to mute some of them, and sometimes it's just very difficult. You know, I just have always painted bright colors. So I do the Illustrator, and then whatever shapes that I can't line out myself, usually I start with the dark shapes, I print those out, I put them on the canvas. And then there's the elements, and the elements are all the other shapes. And then they have their own setup in the computer. What I do is I take it and I put it into a program. I have a cutter, and so it goes into the cutter program as an element, and the elements get printed out, and then they get put on with transfer tape. I put on matte medium to make sure that the lines are straight, and then I paint over it with a flat flash or a flat blick paint. So I've stuck to flat for a long time. Man, let me tell you, it looks so beautiful when you do it, and you do it right. And another part of the fight of these paintings is the black line that goes through it is usually gloss. And sometimes I'll modify that with color, but all the elements stay flat. So there's that fight, you know, the difference in tension and feel. So that's my process.
First up is the Distinguished Award for Abstract Art, and that's gonna go to Debra Lynn Manville for No Crying at the Apple Store.
Participating in ARTventure was an amazing experience because it wasn't just an art show, it really was so many different levels of art in general, between having the museum show and having people talk to you and give you an award, and having this amazing art up and having people see it and enjoying it with your family, and your family's coming, and it's every great aspect of art put into one experience. And I feel like getting an award from Costa Mesa is like, you know, I've obviously done something right. It's taken a long time, and I feel like I'm going in the right direction. So that's where I'm at right now.